Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly focus. I'm your host Mary Ann Bill. Today we shall be talking about technology and how technology has over-modified communication among people. Anastasia Waweru has more.
Smartphones, laptops, iPod, and iPad, they're not just gadgets. They are already part of our lives. Technology is everywhere. It has changed every aspect of our lives, the way we listen to music, book holiday destinations, saving and sending money.
I think technology has improved communication, but I also think it can be abused, especially if people use it to communicate maybe hateful messages to spread negative values. I don't think communication itself is wrong. I think it's a good advancement. We just learn to use it correctly.
Communication has really improved in terms of due to technology.
Technology these days has become the simplest method being used by the people to shorten the time.
Although it has made life easier and more productive, it has also made people more stressed out and dependent on these devices in order to run through life. Today, people no longer come together but are fully dependent on the gadgets to stay in touch with one another. People wrote letters, met physically, and lived at peace. Technology is a good servant but a bad master. Catherine Karugia, a psychologist, explains on how technology has caused a rift on loved ones. She also explains how technology has replaced African cultural ways and how best she thinks technology can be made of good use.
People are trying to live lives that really aren't theirs. They want to show a life that everyone else is showing, and they want to portray a certain image. So they go out there and they do things like they push themselves beyond their own lifestyles just for the sake of it being seen on social media. It might be more of a threat than it is an advantage to many people, because one, that is where people look up to people they see on social media, and a lot of the content that's on social media isn't in any way filtered.
The over-modification of technology has affected how people communicate, their self-esteem and confidence in life. Physical activities are no longer encouraged as people remain glued to their gadgets the whole day. The search for knowledge is also on the low, as many students and researchers prefer to plagiarize from the internet instead of borrowing books or spending quality time in the library to enrich their knowledge. Tracy Wamai, a social media expert, explains on how social media is affecting people's lifestyles.
Technology has brought a rift because basically the youth, they spend most of their time on their telephones and laptops, and they have no time to talk with their parents. And when you want to talk to a person, even when it's like a relationship, like unaenda date and you have to keep being on your phone, everything has become on phone. Like the way African ways were, you could spend so much time with your family.
Technology makes the world a new place, but its effects is what to watch out for. Anastasia Waweru, reporting for the Weekly Focus, Nairobi County.
Welcome back to the focus. Today we are joined by Mr. Dennis Ofucho, who is a social media analyst. Welcome, Dennis. So what does your job as a social media analyst really entail?
Monitor the trends in social media, the changing applications that we have in social media, and the way their impact on our economy and the social being in our country.
Do you also analyze what people access and what kind of information they receive on social media?
Not really. We do not look at what they access. What we just do is we analyze not exactly the information, but just some graphic figures and statistics on social media.
90% of young people are dependent on technology, communicating, and even doing researches and all these things. They depend highly on social media and technology. Don't you think that it is affecting the creativity and innovation of young minds?
Because 90% is a really big number. As much as it's affecting, it's also building their minds, because they're getting a lot of information from through networking. Because the main thing on social media is networking. They're getting more ideas. They're getting more creative.
How does spending 18 hours out of 24 hours on social media or Facebook, just chatting with people, how is that helping someone gain?
If you look at Facebook, there are a lot of Facebook groups that are actually empowering young people to join business ventures, technology groups. We do have church groups. We do have a lot of positive groups that people people join and they share ideas, people from all over the world sharing ideas, which was not applicable some few years back when Facebook was not around. When you take a look at YouTube, YouTube is amazing. YouTube is amazing. The kind of videos we do watch in YouTube, very amazing.
Do you also agree that it is kind of detrimental?
It will depend on how you use social media.
What do you think are some of the measures that could be put into place, you as an analyst, in ensuring that young people can use social media to be of beneficial to them and not use social media or use technology as platforms to gain approval?
I'll say it's very easy for that kind of thing, technology. The first thing is awareness, and the kind of awareness people will be given in universities, in schools, in primary schools. I think there are a lot of like educational talks about technology and how to not use technology in a bad way.
People nowadays no longer meet and have that sense of interaction with one another. Are you someone who can recommend to a young child who is underage to participate in technology?
I wouldn't say that people nowadays no longer meet. Actually, right now we are meeting, so you wouldn't say that you're meeting. But the thing is that what I think you're trying to say is that there is no one-on-one communication, that's physical contact. It's
which
minimal.
is very different from communicating using things like WhatsApp or Facebook.
I think technology is to save on costs, and instead of somebody traveling all the way from Kenya to go to China for a meeting, why not have the meeting via Skype?
Coming to a close, Mr. Ofucho, what do you think is the future of technology or social media, or the use of social media, or how technology has gone through platforms like social media to over-modify communication? What do you think is the future according to your own analysis?
I'll say the future of technology is great.
And even to the people itself?
It's going to be great. The future is great.
Do you think it's going to have worse effects or it's going to make it better?
Some people do borrow stuff, and that's affecting.
So you think it's better to borrow the right things?
Yeah, it totally trickles down to how you use social media. If you use it in a bad way, it affects you. If you use it in a good way, as a technology answer, definitely understand technology, and I'll just continue saying technology. The future with technology is great, and technology is going to help us solve many problems, and which actually does help education. So definitely technology, the advantages of technology overpowers its disadvantages.
So it's just how someone decides to use technology. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ofucho.
Hello guys, I'm Tom. I'd like to talk about a topic on how has communication, how has the internet modified communication. Sorry. So I'd like to hear from my friend Cedric what he has to say about it.
So technology you could say, has reduced the amount of times we interact with each other physically, and I don't think it's a good thing, because sometimes getting a physical approach to people is the best way to understand them, to gain a connection.
Okay, yeah. So I have another friend called Mike. About the question, how has internet modified communication?
It's easier now.
Oh, yeah.
Like I can just inbox you. I don't have to call you. I can WhatsApp you. And yeah, it's easy.
Sure. So I have another one called
Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Okay, as well.
It's made people get further away from each other, because now they don't really have to meet. You can just like connect on social media and whatever.
So I've concluded that it's both negative and positive, depending on how you live and where you live. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bro, you're going to get hurt. I'm doing my best, bro. You need to remember that chapo day with mom, remember? Let me send you a video. But I can't wait. You have it. Watch it.
Let's come together as a team and fight for this club. Make sure that we're able.
What?
Do things faster. Do things Safaricom 4G.
We have now come to the close of our program, and now we shall have the quote of the week. Next week on our weekly focus, we shall be focusing on entertainment and the need to support our own artists.